welcome back to my channel. It is good to see you again. I am going to gain some inner knowledge from the spirit realm to your ears on today. I want to ask Spirit, Holy Spirit, if there's any messages that you have for the sign of Aries and Aries placements, anything that they need to know right now and for the upcoming week. You guys, I have a new bracelet, my Eye of Horus. So it's clanky, clanky, clanky on the table. So I'm trying to avoid that. That's why I'm moving this way with the cards. But anyway, Spirit, what message do you have for the sign of Aries, please? And thank you, Aries. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, and your comments in the video. And I appreciate your support by way of subscribing to the channel. It lets me know if I'm on the right path or not. So I appreciate you. Excuse me. Spirit, what do you have for Aries? What is it that Aries needs to know? All right, I'm going to do something a little different. I was guided to do this. So I'm going to change the spread up just a little bit, and I'm going to fan the cards out, and I'm going to select those that I am drawn to. That wasn't as elegant as I imagined in my mind that it would be, but, you know, we're going to make it work. So, Spirit, what is it that Aries needs to be aware of? Or what message do you have for Aries? And take that off. Excuse me. I'm going to pull 6 cards because that's what I was shown. I'm sensing a problem. Someone's having a problem, Aries. All right, I'm already getting choked up. So there is a message that needs to be delivered. And I'm not going to start this video over either, because this needs to be said, whatever it is. All right. Excuse me for having to constantly clear my throat, and I'm trying not to cough in your ear. But 5 of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck. The first card that I turned over, it was not intentional that I did that, but I just went with it. But what really needed to be revealed at the time is this 9 of Cups in reverse. So then the second card, being the last card that I pulled out, is the 10 of Wands reverse. I also showed that card as well, which was not part of the ideal process when it was going down in my mind. But let me go ahead and jump into this. I already felt that there was some sort of trouble that need to be known. All right, and it may have to do with this King of Cups here. So possibly a water sign in your life, someone in a masculine energy. It could be a woman or it could be a man. And Aries, this could also be you, but that's not initially what I was feeling in regards to the energy. This doesn't feel like this is Aries energy. All right, Aries, someone got stuck with a bill here, some sort of financial obligation. that they're not excited about. I feel like they were possibly led to believe that this was some sort of joint venture. But when things didn't quite work out, they're left holding the bag. And that literally means stuck with the bill. Now, I feel like with the Two of Swords reversed here, this was something that you kind of, Aries, you may have gone into this agreement or obligation with this King of Cups blindly. I feel like this is someone who possibly, gave you a good run of how this thing was going to go. Everything sounded beautiful and pleasant. This person, this King of Cups, he's an emotional person. So I feel like he had the skills and the ability to kind of pull at your heartstrings, or either just sound like really skilled, really accomplished, really sure of, what was about to take place in regards of this venture that they were trying to convince you to come on board with them for. So in that sort of obligation, I feel like, there were a lot of high five celebrations, you may have had one or two achievements, but really, I don't feel like you were really far into this thing yet. It could have been as short as a month to as long as a year, this venture with this King of Cups. But what I'm really feeling like, it really didn't have the opportunity to go like long term. And I feel like this King of Cups, this might have been something, that was, I don't even feel like it was a short-term thing. Like if it could have been like a short-term investment that would have, yielded like a huge, sum of money or some sort of huge advancement. However, this short investment was, the payoff would have been really huge. But with the Ten of Wands reversed here, I feel like that there were like plenty of either former clients, or maybe you were one of many clients that this King of Cups has or had, that he's kind of having to had let down in some sort of way. But Aries, I feel like you were smarter than the other 9. If we were thinking about 10 total, you were the one, Aries, that backed out. And I'm not saying that the way that you backed out is faulty, but this King of Cups was not expecting that. I think that as clever as they were, as sly as a fox as they were, they weren't expecting you to kind of flip the script on them. So Aries, I feel like you got out of this scot-free, so to speak, but in your mind, you probably don't feel that way. I'm sure that there's some emotional involvement that you also invested in this, as well as money. And, you probably put some projects on the side just to kind of move this one up as a priority, because that's how good this King of Cups made this opportunity sound. Like, this is the one you want to focus on right here, not those other things you got going on, Aries. I need you to focus on this. And however they were able to kind of, distribute that information to you that made you and convinced you that, yeah, I probably better get on this. They were able to do that. But Aries, you did not let go of the fact that you are the Aries. You are the beginner. You know how this thing is ran inside and out. So I feel like you upped them in that regard, to where they weren't prepared. So now, Aries, this King of Cups, I feel like they are sitting here like, okay, well, what do I do now? I feel like that's the energy that they're in. And with the Five of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck, they are looking for that opportunity to try to come back in. So Aries, if this person is coming back to you with a new and improved way, or maybe they're coming back at you with, well, can you at least listen to this idea that I'm having? I'm restructuring, I'm rebranding. I've put a lot of thought into the next time we do this. Aries, I don't think that you should invest any more time or energy into whatever this is. because all of these cards are reversed except for the King of Cups, because I feel like he still has some sort of opportunity in his mind to get you back on board. And with the Two of Pentacles here, he's looking for some sort of payback here because he was left holding a huge responsibility. That's not your fault though, Aries, but there was some sort of agreement that was made is what I'm picking up. And with this Two of Pentacles here, I just feel like it's a no-go. Like, yes, you know, there's still this opportunity to make money, but you know, still with the pentacle in the left and the pentacle in the right, and it's like we're trying to balance that. I still feel like he has some things that he still needs to figure out. He or she needs to figure out in regards to how to make this thing work, because I just don't feel confident with all of these cards being in the reverse, you know, with exception of these two, the King of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So let me grab a clarifier or two and see what's going on. If there's any additional information here, Aries, for you. But Aries, you're always the smart one. So you never get caught up or entangled for long. I feel like, you know, it's always a great opportunity to make some money, right? But I feel like you always have that 1 foot in and that 1 foot out. But the only thing is you're showing them that you have both feet in, but in your mind, you already have your escape plan. And this is what happened to this King of Cups. He wasn't ready. All right, Spirit, are there any clarifiers you would like to provide? All right, let's see. Bottom of the deck, Despair. Let's see what these are. Change card and thoughts card. So yeah, that's totally that King of Cups right there. He is in heavy thought in regards to how to make this thing right. What can I say or do to convince Aries that, you know, I've changed, I've switched things up in regards to the operations or what I told him before. I'm gonna maneuver things differently. What can I say to convince him to come back in? Because Aries, they need you. This person needs you. All right, let me see. I feel like there's like maybe one more important message here. Let me see if I can grab it for you, Aries. Oh, tell them to stay out of the bar. Tell them to leave the women alone, Aries. Tell them party time is over. If they really want to be a star and shine in business, they need to look to you. They need to model themselves after you, Aries, is what I'm seeing. I see that you have it together with your car, nicely washed and detailed, sitting outside of your house, your business. This person really could use some pointers from you, Aries. And with the Despair card here, they're totally kind of like down on their luck in regards to they're really making this about you. Like they feel like if they don't have you, Aries, in their corner, or I want to say in their back pocket, but you're not to be used and abused in that way, Aries. They can't pull you out like you're some sort of toy and then put you back in. They need to figure that part out. They can't really be the boss of this operation with the characteristics that they are showing you right now, because they are in a need of desperation, and what they're showing you makes them look weak. And Aries, that's not the type of energy that you need around you. You definitely don't want anyone that cannot carry their weight. And so what I was getting to earlier about what they need to leave alone, put the drinks down. So there might be some sort of issue on the side, or you might have gone out partying with them and you already know what type of person they are. Like you can't, you know, go out drinking all night and then want to wake up the next day and be fully operational. Like it can't work like that, especially when this is like night after night after night, you know, with the girls, with the guys, whoever. And, you know, out just having fun, almost like every night is like a weekend night. That's not how this works as far as Aries is concerned. All right, Aries, that's what I have for you. I just wanted to kind of see what else is going on here, but they've got some other issues here on the side that they need to work out. So that's probably the reason why you guys did not fare well in this venture, in this agreement. Aries, you're straight. I believe that you can handle many different things. And this person aspires to be like you, but they're not built like you. So hang on, Aries. Let's see what else we get. So yeah, this person wants to be like you, Aries. They want to be successful. They want to look like, you know, the Aries that you are. They want that sort of representation. Do we have anything else for the Son of Aries? All right, so we have the compass at the bottom of the deck. And this card, it says wherever the north is pointing to, that's what you need to pay attention to. So let me get these cards here, because this would be considered the northern region to where this card is placed. Ooh, yeah. So Aries, with these remaining cards from the Lenormand deck, these are difficult and challenging cards here. So if we look at this compass card at the bottom of the Lenormand deck as like an overall energy for whatever this message is in regards to what we're already dealing with. So pointing to the north, you have your mountains. So that just means difficulties ahead, like hard roads to have to venture through and climb and try to figure it out. It's like you're at the bottom, but you need to get up to the top to really be able to see all of your achievements looking down and backwards and seeing what you've come through. But you got to climb that mountain first. And the cards that were laying above that, the well just means digging deeper, like putting the pail down enough into this dark well to discover if there's any water or not. But you know, it's going to take effort. And Aries, I don't know if you have that sort of time with all that you're dealing with. And the bird cage and the key, that means that, you know, obviously this key would unlock this bird cage and it would also lock it. So Aries, it's basically a decision that you have to make. Do you want to be locked in the cage with this person, with this King of Cups and this idea and this venture, whatever this is? It could be a love with this rose here. So I didn't really consider that, but you know, we could turn it into a romantic situation. Or do you want to be free? You know, that's interesting. And then I have the bridge card. So that's another decision card. You know, you use a bridge to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Is that something that you want to continue to do, Aries? The dice card, taking a risk. It's a gamble. The stork card calls for, you know, a new beginning, a birth. So that's a positive card. And then the Rider card, the first card in the deck. So that just means receiving some sort of communication. So I figure with the birth card, that being like the only positive card here, it's just this King of Cups is going to come at you with a new thought. New thought. A new idea of how he's kind of switching things around. He or she is switching things around, going to change them around for you to where it's very appealing for you, Aries, this time around. This second time around, okay? So indicated with the cage card. Do you want to go back into this cage with this King of Cups? Doesn't necessarily have to be gender-based, but just that energy of someone, they can talk to you a good story. They can make it sound really, really good, but once they get you in that cage and lock the door, 33. 33 may be significant here, just with the double digits. But once they get you in this cage and lock you up with them, however that looks on your end, this is your story, not mine. And it is general, so it could have many different interpretations for all the viewers out there. But once you get back in, then what? Then what, Aries? You'll find out that same old song, same old dance. Yeah, so, I mean, Aries could be like, so yeah, what about the, when you were telling me about you were going to change this up? And I feel like it's the energy around getting rid of someone on the King of Cups side. Like, I thought you said you were going to possibly replace that person, you know, with someone who was more experienced or less drama or something. And only to find out that this person is still around or has also crept back in once they had your signature, or, you know, once they had your obligation back to whatever this was that y'all were working on. So what if you get back in this cage, and what other things can be revealed once you're locked back in? So yeah, Aries, you can either consider, because, you know, it will be a gamble. And, you know, with a gamble, the roll of the dice, it could pay off. But then again, it could not. But there are too many cards to where there's some sort of a decision. The bridge, you know, the well means to dig a little deeper. The mountains, that may be a climb. But then, you know, if you need to back off, you might be halfway up the mountain. So the decision is, do I keep going or do I come back down? You know, the Two of Swords reverse, that means to having had made the decision. But with the Two of Pentacles, it means in the upright, I'm thinking there's still a decision that needs to be made in regards to, you know, maybe Aries, you're feeling like the investment that you made, you put, you know, a good amount into this. So now they're throwing it back in your face. Like, I could really use your help, Aries. You're the only one that can help me with this. Like, you're the reason why this operation has done as well as it has. But Aries, there was something that made you feel like, nope, I'm out of here. I got to back out of this. With this 10 of Wands reversed. So, Aries, what else can I say? What else can I say? Let me grab one of these energy oracle cards to see if there's anything. Oh, look at that. You see how that just flipped out? I didn't even get to bring the cards back from the shuffle. But attachment came out. Number 5. 5 stands for change. So, like I said, when I was really riding the fact that this King of Cups wants to be like you, Aries. So I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's an unhealthy attachment. You have to let me know in the comments. Is this person wearing the mask? Because it did feel like once they give you that good conversation, that good talk, they show you the spreadsheet, the numbers, the client referrals again, and, you know, just kind of pull you back in, just pull your energy back into them, right? Because they're doing nothing all day but thinking about how to do this. How are they going to convince Aries that they've changed and that, you know, they did what, you know, you suggested to them, Aries, because they admire you as the business person that you are, that as the astute person that you are to them. They admire that. But they're also wondering about, is Aries going to believe me once that mask comes off? This is them. Look how he's leaning forward. He's like, so, you know, I got word that such and such is wanting to buy into this. And listen, I've got so many people ringing my phone. I can't even sleep at night. They want this opportunity, Aries. And Aries, I couldn't overlook you. I want you to be a part of this, Aries. It can't survive unless you're a part of it. Like something to really pull at your heartstrings, Aries. They're going to hit you with it if they haven't already. But I feel like this King of Cups, he knows what he's doing. So he knows how to get you, how to reel you in. But Aries, I know that you're smart. You're smarter than this. This is why you left the first time. But now they're going to put the icing on a little thicker. All right, Spirit. Spirit. Okay, this is what I want to know. Okay, you guys, here we go. I'm going to consult the pendulum. And we're going to ask Aries, is the King of Cups being honest with Aries? That's what I want to know. All right, let me tune it to make sure that my yes and no's are correct. I'm going to ask a question in my mind, only I know the answer to, and one that's truth and one that's false, so I can tune it. So I'll start with the truth first, so you can see which way that it swings. And then once I stop it, I'll start with the false question, and you'll see where it swings. So we'll know yes and no. All right, so that was my yes. So here's my no. This is my false question. All right, that was my no. So you saw that back and forth, well, in your direction, up and down would be yes. And then back and forth, side to side is no. All right, so again, Spirit, should Aries believe this King of Cups? Should Aries believe this King of Cups energy on my table? All right, Aries, that's the answer. No. You cannot believe this King of Cups. This person is wearing a mask. Whoever this is to you in this scenario, they need to go find someone else to play with. All right, Aries, I hope this helps you. Thanks again for your likes, your shares, and your comments and subscriptions. It's been a pleasure.